Hey, how's everybody doing? Let me go ahead and do my share out. Make sure I'm live. Yes, I am. Okay. I think I want to, let me just do this. Just like that's just a little bit, y'all. Okay. All right. How was everybody? Hope everybody's having a good week thus far. Okay. Let me share my personal page. All right. So good evening. Good evening. Please tag a coach, share the broadcast out. And I am all set up here to take comments. If you guys are able to jump in and actually, make a comment, or if you have questions, of course, just let me know. Even if you aren't able to join live, let me know what your questions are. Just leave them in the comments. Share the broadcast out, tag another coach or consultant, okay? Want everybody to get the information. I'm just turning my devices down here. Okay. All right, so doing a little something different this evening. First, and as soon as I do that, right, here we go with the messages. Ah, okay, doing something a little different this evening. So first, let me start off by saying, as you see at the bottom, All About the Business Virtual Summit is coming up May 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. And it is specifically for coaches and consultants. However, the information that's going to be given and the wide range of expertise that's going to be in the virtual room will be able to benefit all entrepreneurs. However, like I said, I'm gearing it towards coaches and consultants. So this particular summit, the reason you don't want to miss it is because, like I mentioned earlier, we are going to have a variety of individuals from all different expertise that are going to be participating in this summit. If you have been looking, if you've actually taken a look at the actual lead page, or you've listened to some of the live videos where I interviewed some of the speakers that are going to be presenting, you would know, right? You would know that this is a summit not to be missed. We're going to have people talking about mindset, and we all know how extremely important mindset is when it comes to creating and maintaining a successful coaching and or consulting business. We're also going to have people presenting on spiritual alignment, right? We're going to have people presenting on different business strategies, literally like how to build your life coaching business, or how to launch a program, or how to draw more clients in, right? People that are actually waiting and begging, if you will, to purchase your services. Okay. And then we're also going to have someone from the Black Speakers Network, and he's going to be talking to you about getting more speaking engagements. So again, it's a variety of individuals coming together with years and years of experience, personally as well as professionally. They have actually crafted what they do, right? To be able to bring it to you in a fashion that is easily digestible, where you'll be able to understand it and you'll be able to begin practicing, right? Making those changes right away. And I promise you, you will definitely see the differences in your business and really be able to scale your business the way that you want to, like this year. So you don't want to miss it. And it's virtual. So you can do this from the comfort of your own home with your own favorite beverage, you know, a notepad and a pen, and just chill out and just listen. Okay. So, and what makes this particular virtual summit special is that there's 3 tiers. $19 will get you in. Okay, that'll get you in. You'll be able to hear everyone's presentation as well as have access to everyone's gift, their gift, not the bonus, but the gift. Now, the next level, which is actually $39, right? That, with that particular package, again, you get in, you're able to see everyone's presentation as well as receive their free gift as well as their bonus. And then the next level up, you get that, of course, you get to see everyone's presentation, receive everyone's bonus, get everyone's free gifts, right? As well as you will be getting a link, a private link in order to attend a networking event with all of the presenters and obviously the other participants that have paid to have that access. And that'll give you an opportunity to network with some of the fellow participants as well as the presenters and be able to ask your questions one-on-one. Okay. And also in that package is $59. And in that package, you also will have lifetime access to the summit, to the presentations. Okay. So it's 3 different levels. So please do not, don't sleep on it. Don't cheat yourself. If you haven't really sat down and looked at the lineup, I really strongly suggest you do, and go ahead and register as soon as possible and mark your calendar. As what, the 16th will be here in a minute. It's a Saturday through a Tuesday. So share this out, tag a coach, tag a consultant, let your friends know, and of course, go ahead and register. Okay, I will definitely make sure that I put the link in there for you to go ahead and register. So I want to make that announcement. And every second and fourth Sunday of the month is always A Queen's Roundtable Show, which happens at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring on a different entrepreneur, and we just talk openly and honestly about the ups and the downs of entrepreneurship and some of the obstacles in which they've overcome. And we leave off on a note of education, right? Them being able to provide different tools and techniques, again, that you can take right away and start implementing them in order to grow your business right away. Okay, so that's every second and fourth Sunday of the month. And this upcoming Sunday, which is May the 10th, which is the second Sunday, I'm going to have Jacqueline McKeever, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. And she is a life and business coach. So make sure you tune in. Like I said, it's going to be interactive. Whatever questions you have, we'll answer them right then. Of course, if you cannot attend live, then just let us know that you are catching the replay and leave whatever questions or comments you have in the comments. Okay. All right. So let me say it again. Share this broadcast out. Sharing is caring. Okay. So tonight's subject. So this is a little different. Okay. But tonight I'm going to be talking about the basics for creating a virtual summit. Okay. You see the little title? The basics for creating a virtual summit. So first of all, the first thing I would say, first thing I want you to do, if this is of interest to you, this is maybe something that you've been wanting to do, maybe off and on, maybe, you got real motivated, then you just kind of got unmotivated and just didn't do it. Maybe just chickened out. Maybe just think it's going to be too difficult, whatever the reason is, right? But now, especially considering what's going on, right, with, everybody being inside, I know a lot of people, a lot of us entrepreneurs are pivoting. We're doing different things, right? We are stepping even further outside of our comfort zones because we have more time, and basically, we have to do it. It's a matter of kind of going with the flow. Either you sink or you sail, right? So I know that this might be something that a lot of you are moving towards. Okay, so I just want you to know that it's not as intimidating as some people may think. So the very first step, I would say, is to figure out be clear about what the purpose of the summit is. Okay. What's the purpose of the summit? So what I mean by that is, what do you want people to get out of it? Right? What are the takeaways? Is it to help them to um, develop on a personal level? Maybe are you helping people work through fear, or are you helping people with spiritual alignment? Are you helping people create a business success mindset? Right? What's the purpose of it? What do you want people to walk away with? What's the whole reason that you're doing it? So that's what I mean when I say, what's your purpose? What's the purpose of the summit? Okay. So again, and it doesn't necessarily, and you can play around with this. You might do something, you may be your first summit, I don't know, maybe on emotional development, emotional healing. Let's say that. Maybe your first summit is going to be on emotional healing. And then maybe the second go round, you want to deal with maybe business strategy, or you want to deal with personal development, maybe personal development overall, right? So in neither one of those, I mean, both of those ways are okay. It's just a matter of, you being clear on what you see happening, or what you feel that the purpose of this is. Because when you begin to select people to participate, you need to make sure that they line up with that vision, what your vision is for the summit. Okay, so it's always good to be clear about what it is you want people to get from it. So again, it could be very narrow, and I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I am saying be specific. So you can be maybe narrow, maybe it might be all about relationships, right? Maybe you're doing something around Valentine's Day, let's just say, and you want it to be around relationships, whether it be relationships with intimate partners, or whether it be your relationship with yourself, let's just say, just throwing something out there. So once you are clear about what you want people to get from that, maybe you want women to love themselves more. You want women to be able to, or women and men, be able to connect with one another better. So be very clear about the purpose of it. Okay. Because again, when you're selecting your people, or if you're letting people, come to you, like you're doing like an application process, you need to know, what categories you can put people in. Some people may, you may like what they do, but they may not be appropriate for this particular summit, right? They may kind of go on a wait list, so to speak, for a later project. And then you have some people that are just going to boom, just right away. Oh, they're perfect. They line up, they fit. I want to use this person, right? So it's a matter of being clear about it. And then that way you can determine how you are going to get your people, get your presenters. Like I said, if they're going to come to you and they're going to apply, to speak, or if you're just going to hand pick them, right? Either way is okay, but whatever you feel comfortable with. Or you might hand pick the first time, and maybe the second time around, you decide you want to let people apply. So it's up to you. And again, nothing is set in stone. It's about, finding your way and seeing what comes more natural for you, what you feel flows the best for you. And, once you do it, you can evaluate and see, did this way work? You want to switch it up next time, or, whatever the case. Maybe you want to bring in someone else, like what they call like a co-host, a co-summit host. Maybe you want to go that route. So, but first be very clear about what is the purpose of the summit. What is the takeaway? I don't care if people are paying for it or if it's free. What's the takeaway? Okay. So remember, these are just basics. Okay. Of course, there's a lot of interconnected pieces that go into putting the summit together, but these are just some basics. Okay. So make that decision. So once you decide what the purpose of it is, I'm just glancing at my notes. I want to stay on task. Once you decide what the purpose of it is, then I want you to decide what the purpose of it is and what you're going to get out of it. Okay, so let me move away from that. I was going to say something else about that, but I'll leave it there with that. Now, the logistics. So the second one is the logistics of it. So a couple of things I would say in terms of logistics. is to decide, for example, and you would have already decided, and the part about what they're going to get out of it, also a piece of that is going to be who it's for, right? What they're going to get out of it and who it's for. Okay. So, and I'm mentioning that because, like, for example, like I touched on earlier, is it for men or is it for men and women or is it just for women? Right. Or is it just for men? I mean, I don't know. Is it women speaking to men? You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I don't know why all of a sudden my throat gets so dry. But what's the purpose of it? What do you want them to get out of it? And who is it? Who is it that you're dealing with? Who is this audience that you are going to be speaking to? Right. So that's all lumped under that umbrella of what's the purpose of the summit? What is the purpose of the summit and who is for? Logistics. Now, when I say logistics, I mean, how are you going to do this? For example, the summit that I put together now is through virtual, is using that virtual summit app. So that's my logistics. My logistics is that I'm letting a lot of that be handled by that app, right? Now, does that app cost? Yes, it does. But, and I haven't always done it this way, but this is something that I'm trying this year, 2020. I said I was going to try this app and I'm trying it. Okay. So that's what I mean when I say the logistics. Do you want to use an app like Virtual Summits? I don't know if they have, I'm pretty sure they probably have other apps out there like that too, but I don't know the names off the top of my head. But do you want to use an app, to actually, have people upload information to, for the summit? Do you want to maybe do it within a Facebook group? Do you want to open like a specific private Facebook community that's specifically for those individuals that are going to be participating in the summit? Obviously for the presenters to get in there and do their lives, but as well as for the participants, right? So maybe is that how you want to do it? And again, no way is right or wrong. It's just a matter of what you want to try first or what you feel most comfortable with initially, let's just say. Or maybe you could do something like give people a private link. Like let's just say maybe people are going to submit maybe presentations to you, or either you're going to interview them. We didn't get to that part yet, but you might want to give people a private link. So let's say they sign up and pay, or just sign up if it's a free summit, right? And then once they do that, when the actual summit starts, then you'll have it automated where, I don't know, they'll get 2 videos a day or 3 videos a day or 4 videos a day, however many you choose, right? So you could do that. So that's like via like a private link, right? So those are just 3 ways, and those are not the only ways, but those are 3 ways that you can just kind of sit and decide what you think works best for you. And I know a lot of people use Zoom for those links. Some people may use that service. What's it called? Vimeo, right? Someplace where you can store your videos and actually get like a link where they can click on it and actually view the video. So that's part of the logistics, figuring out how you want to see this play out, how you want this to roll out. Part of the logistics, or under that logistics umbrella also, is, are you going to interview people, or are you going to have them submit a video presentation to you? Right? So, and I've done both. And again, one is not better than the other. It's just a matter of what you feel jives best with you, or what you're most comfortable with. Some people like the idea of interviewing because they feel like, it's more interactive. You as the host get an opportunity to play more of an active role, in interviewing everyone, and also being able to elicit maybe specific questions, during the interview. Maybe you want people to answer things a certain way, or, you want to make sure that you get a certain type of information. Not saying you can't do that with the video presentation, because you can also be very specific about the video. It's going to be 15 minutes. It's going to be 45 minutes. These are the parameters. If this is your subject area, you need to touch on this, this, and this, whatever the case. You can still, as the host, you can still have, control over that. But no, there's no right or wrong way. It's just a matter of what you feel comfortable with. So I put all of that under that logistics umbrella. Like I said, how you're going to do it, if it's going to be via like a private link sort of situation, if it's going to be maybe through an app like Virtual Summits, if it is going to be within a Facebook group, right? So those are just 3 ideas that I just threw out there. But the thing of it is, this is your thing. This is something that you can get creative with, right? So feel free to get as creative as you want to. And if you like it, or, you get a good response, and do it again like that. If you don't, then switch it up, try something different. Like I said, for the most part, I've used all of those different avenues, and each of them, in my opinion, has advantages, right? And then maybe some disadvantages, so, or you can do it live, right? I've done that too. Or you could do it live. But like I said, all of that is the logistics of it. And you decide that. And again, it's no right or wrong way. It's just whatever you feel like flows good. Like doing stuff live, like to me, is cool. I love doing things live. But when you do things live, sometimes you can't, not sometimes, all the time, you can't control exactly how it's going to come out, because your internet may be acting up, or maybe one of your participants, their internet connection may be weak. So those types of things, you can't really account for that, when you do something live. Although live is just like, wow, like they live, and you're going to probably get more engagement, so it's just some different things to consider. What I always do is I sit down after I decide what the purpose of it is. Then I move into who I want to participate. Do I want men, women, men or women, or do I want both? Right. And that also goes into as well, like what type of background do you want the individual to have? You know what I mean? So, but all that goes into who do you want to participate? Then you got to decide, are you going to reach out to them, or do you want to let them go through like an application process? Okay. And then going into the logistics, do I want to do this through Virtual Summits? Do I want to do like a private Facebook community? And maybe, I don't know, keep the Facebook group rolling at some point later, or just close it, kind of put it, what do they call it, archive it, and open it back up when you're ready to do your next summit, So, and that also gives the hosts, I mean, not the hosts, the presenters some autonomy as well, to be able to, maybe select different times that they want to go live, or you can give them time slots. Like someone's going to go live Monday through Friday, every day at 4, 5, and 6, sign up. You know what I mean? So there's so many different, I get so excited thinking about it, but there's so many different ways you can do it. There is no right or wrong. It's just a matter of what feels good to you. And again, it ain't the end of the world if it don't work out. Then lose that part. Do something different the next time around. So those are the logistics, right? So I mentioned the Facebook community, the Zoom link, Virtual Summits. Also mentioned doing it live. And then last but not least, is that getting your success mindset together, right? Now, some of us, we done thought about this over and over again. And as much as we think about it, we get all excited, we get something written down, then we just kind of punk out, right? We basically talk ourselves out of it. We basically freaking talk ourselves right on out of it. Okay. So, so for those of you that do that, you need some mindset work. Okay. And even if you do it, let's say maybe you've done one and I don't know, you had some sort of a bug or a problem that didn't go over smooth. And maybe now you got a lot of anxiety about doing another one. You think about everything that can go wrong. So my last piece is getting your mind together. Like really, whatever you do, whether it's through journaling, whether it's, you have a mentor, whether it's, through meditation, through listening to, affirmations, or writing affirmations, or reading your affirmations, whatever you have to do to say to yourself, I can do this, right? I can do this, and I will do this, and it is going to be a success. And if there are pieces of it that don't work, I won't do them again. I promise myself I will learn from those issues or those concerns, and I will do better next time. And I'll be able to modify it accordingly next time. Right? So actually working on yourself, saying to yourself, I am good enough to do this. I can do this. I have the skills within me to do this. Right? And I'm resourceful. If it's something I don't know, I can look it up on YouTube, or I could, Google it, or I could ask my mentor, or I could just ask another young lady within that we belong to the same Facebook community, or maybe someone else I've collaborated with in the past that I know may know the answer to this question, right? So kicking that whole imposter syndrome, that whole negative thought process around, oh, other people can do it. Yeah, they can do it. It's good for them, but not for me. I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to pull it off. Which goes back to I don't know enough, or I'm not smart enough. I don't know enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. Right? Who's going to want to attend my summit? Who's going to want to participate in my summit? Right? So you got to get your mind right. You have to really you got to sit down with yourself and say, look at some of the things you've done in the past. Look at some of your successes. Maybe you put together a podcast. Maybe you've been on some podcasts or been interviewed, on maybe a radio show. Maybe you've been a part of a book collaboration, right? You're going to put some work in on your business, right? And on top of all of that, what about all of the years of personal experience, or either professional experience, working professionally, maybe not necessarily for your business, but all of those skills that you've learned in a professional setting, as well as, personally, are brought into your current work that you do in your business, and they improve the work that you do in your business. So all of that is experience, right? Now, I'm an online entrepreneur for the last 3.5 years, but I've been dealing with people, working with people, since like the mid-90s? I mean, so you really, when you look at your strengths and all of the assets you have and what you bring to the table, you got to be real with yourself and stop cutting yourself short. All of us have a wealth of experience, and we all bring something different to the table, right? This person over here, you might see they've done a summit, and you feel like, oh, they got all this fancy equipment when they go live. Oh, they got 200,000 followers. People be blowing them up on Instagram, whatever, right? And you say to yourself, oh, well, I don't have all of that, so I'm not going to be able to put this together. Time out for all of that. First of all, that person didn't start out like that. Everybody is a process. Everybody has to build, and you have to start somewhere. And for yourself, let's just use this as an example. I don't know why my throat keep getting so dry. Let's use this for an example. Let's just say maybe there's a new restaurant that opened in your neighborhood, right? Ain't nobody heard of this restaurant. Nobody heard of it, and ain't nobody thinking about it. And maybe one day you decide to roll in there. Maybe it's just close, it's right there. You figure, oh, what the heck? You going in there, and whatever you order, that's like the best meal you had in a long time, right? And then from there, word of mouth takes over. Because all somebody got to do is tell some people in their family, or do a good review, or, don't nobody ride by and let them have a line on the inside. And people really be like, dang, I gotta get up in there, right? So I'm saying all that to say, just because you may not have the track record like Lisa Nichols, let's just say, right? You haven't spoke, in front of audience of thousands of people. Your business hasn't been around for 10 plus years. It doesn't mean that what you have to give isn't worth giving, or that it's not of quality, right? It doesn't mean that you don't have anything to give, or that what you have to give is not as good as. It doesn't mean that at all. All it means is just simply the simple fact that you haven't been in business as long, and maybe you haven't spoke numerous times in front of thousands of people. But it doesn't mean, please do not diminish the wealth that you have and the knowledge and the wisdom that you have, right? By comparing yourself to somebody else, right? That's been doing this for a long time, right? That doesn't mean that what you bring to the table isn't worth people paying for. Put it like that, right? Or it's not going to benefit people or help people to achieve whatever that transformation is that they are trying to achieve. Okay, you ain't had to have been in no business for 20 years in order to help somebody, really help somebody with that transformation. Because the thing of it is, remember, all of those years of experience that you have, right, that you bring into the table, even personal, professional experience, the knowledge you got out the books you read, the knowledge you got from your mentor. But again, it's all about how you took it in and how you choose to apply it is what matters. It's that transformation that people are coming for, that you are giving to people. And you don't have to have 100,000 followers in order to bring about or help someone with a transformation that they are trying to get, right? So keep that in mind, okay? Because you can do all the planning in the world, but if you don't have the appropriate mindset, right? You don't feel like you can do it. You don't feel like you're deserving. You don't feel like you're worthy. Then all the planning in the world don't matter. The excellent idea don't matter. All the people that are saying, I want to do it with you. I want to do it. I want to speak. Doesn't matter if you don't think you can do it. If you don't think you can pull it off, or if you don't think you're worthy of doing it. Okay. So that's my 1, 2, 3. Now, again, of course, there's a lot of inner working pieces that go together when it comes to putting together a summit. But that is a quick, condensed version and some things for you to think about. Like I said, to be able to take and put some different things in place during this time of quarantine, right? Because we know that even, later on down the line, things are not going to go back to exactly the way they were beforehand. So we all have to shift and to change and to begin to do things differently. Okay. So share the video out, tag a coach or a consultant, and I'm putting that link in. Make sure you register for this conference. You do not want to miss this conference, okay? You don't want to miss it. If you are a coach or a consultant and you want to scale your business, there's no reason you need to miss this conference. You should not miss this conference, all right? So with that being said, I will leave you with that. Again, I'm Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. I am a confidence and success coach, and I work specifically with African American women that have coaching and or consulting businesses. More specifically, I help them to create effective strategies in which to address negative self-talk and self-sabotaging behaviors that prevent them from showing up in their business the way that they should in order to skyrocket their business, in order to increase their sales, right? And to begin to every month, not just meet, but to exceed their monthly income goals. All right. So, all right. Well, everyone have a good evening, and I will talk to you all again soon. All right. Let me know if this was helpful. And if you want me to, if you have some questions, let me know. Okay. All right. Good night.